Hello everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I know the energies have been so brutal since the full moon. I'm still exhausted. Last night I was up at like 3 in the morning, couldn't fall asleep till 6 in the morning. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. There's a lot of purging going on. A lot of people are having so many breakthroughs, and even yesterday I was so exhausted, and I had to meditate for like 2.5 hours, and it was really nice channeling, having, receiving so much information. But it's crazy that my body felt the need to do that. One of the things that I received in my meditation was codependency, something that I feel needs to be talked about. And I'm not referring to the codependency with your twin flame. I'm actually talking about the codependency that you have with other people in your life, because it can affect your twin flame journey. So some of the information that I was getting was, when we're on the twin flame journey, we get a little obsessed, right? We get so obsessed with all the information that we're learning, and we are evolving so much. And I spoke about this in another video last year. I said, don't talk to non-twin flames about twin flames. They'll never get it. But one thing that I'm also starting to see now is, maybe don't talk about your journey at all. I wouldn't say at all, but really try to limit how often you talk about your journey and with whom you talk about your journey. There's so many reasons why this came up for me. I started seeing certain friendship groups, and certain friendships were just kind of drifting apart, and I was like observing. I was on the outside looking in, and I'm like, what is happening? Why is this happening? And of course, upon my meditation, I realized, okay, I think I get it. It's so that we are not codependent on those friends, okay? Because when your divine masculine comes in, a lot of times what happens is we then go to our friends and we need validation. Oh my God, they reached out to me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's something that we have to stop doing, is being codependent and needing other people's validation, needing them to understand. Here's why we shouldn't do that. Although it's really great to have a support system, it is great to find your soul tribe. And trust me, it is so needed on this journey, because we feel so alone on this journey, which is why I created the weekly group calls, so that people don't feel alone, okay? But the thing is, we then become so codependent on those friendship groups that we then cannot make a decision for ourselves on what to do about our own journey. Okay, like oftentimes I'll say like, okay guys, don't reach out to your DMs. But then there's those exceptions where you should, right? When you feel called to reach out to them, where you get like the signs, or you feel the calling to send a message to them. But then there's times where your DM does reach out to you, and then all of a sudden the first thing you want to do is go to your friends and ask their advice. But the thing is, they're not going to give you the best advice, because only you know your journey between you and your divine counterpart. No one is going to understand. And to them, what you want to write to your divine counterpart might seem really weird, because they would never speak like that. But only you and your divine counterpart know how you speak with one another. So it's very important that you do not speak with too many people about your journey, because then you will get influenced. Which is why you have to rely on yourself. That's why I'm always saying you have to go within. You have to connect with your higher self. And you have to trust your higher self. You have to trust your intuition and stand in your power, and stop relying on outside influence and validation and approval. It's good to get guidance, right? Like, that's why I'm here. I'm here to give you guidance, and that's why I make these videos, and that's why I do coaching calls and channelings and all that stuff, right? It's okay to get guidance. It's okay to talk to your friends about it. But what I'm saying is, don't rely heavily on your friends on what to do about your journey, or anything for that matter. My mom would always tell me, don't tell people your plans. Don't tell people what you're gonna do. You just do it, right? And then I know that's something that a lot of people say. My mom would always be like very, very secretive, and I was like the complete opposite. And I'm like, but I have to talk about it. I have to, blah, blah, blah. I'm an open book, okay? That's just how I am. And it's funny, because my DM is very, very private. And that's another reason why I feel like we have to be more private and keep the journey so sacred, because I feel like a lot of us have divine masculines who are private, and it's for a reason. Okay, when we are on this journey, we should keep this journey so sacred and keep it between us and our divine counterparts, and not get mixed up with everyone else's ideas and opinions of what you should and shouldn't do, or what you should and shouldn't say. It's very, very important. I feel like I really had to say this message, even though I was so tired. I was like, I don't feel like making a video, but my higher self was like, you have to say this. It just has to be shared. And, you know, and I want to respect my divine counterparts' privacy. Like, I don't even know if I love my journey, and I know at times, like, I love talking about it, but I really do want to keep it sacred and private. And I feel like most of us are getting to this point where, because so many unions are approaching, I think that's why many people are kind of falling apart with certain groups, or they're not talking as much to their friends about the journey, because they're feeling called to go within so that they're not influenced by other people. Try to take into consideration, when talking about your journey, try to keep it minimum, right? Now, when it comes to like group support calls and coaching and all that, obviously I'm going to guide you the best way I feel is best for you. I'm going to give you the guidance, and you take what resonates, right? And most of my calls and stuff is more about empowering you. Yes, it's about your journey, but it's about getting you back to yourself, getting you back to loving yourself, becoming authentic, and how can we, you know, work on ourselves and be on our mission. It's not so much about the divine masculine. I love to hear your story, but it's more about how can you come back to the best version of yourself? How can you heal yourself? How can you be balanced and in your divine feminine essence, right? How can you surrender? How can you let go of control? Things of that nature, right? So it's not even about your divine masculine. It's about you becoming, you know, your higher self, essentially. So please keep that in mind. I hope this message is well received. I hope it resonates for you guys. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'm just seeing such a big pattern that a lot of divine feminines are kind of stepping out of the whole group dynamic and more introspect, because you got to remember, this journey isn't with you and all your friends. Although a lot of our friends are on the journey is with you and your divine counterpart. So keep it sacred, and especially if your divine counterpart is so private, respect them, and communicate with them in the 5D, right? Like, a lot of us are feeling our divine masculines going through tower moments, dark night of the soul, and they're struggling. Connect with them, talk to them, send them love, put your hands in your heart space and see what they're feeling. Talk to them, just connect with them telepathically. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the heart palpitations. You're gonna feel the third eye activations. That's them trying to communicate with you, or it's them struggling, and that is the opportunity for you to connect with them and see what's going on. You don't need to tap into the energy all the time, because that's chasing energy. But when you feel that call, that telepathic energetic call, that is a good time to talk to them and help transmute for them. Okay, they really are struggling. We all do, okay? But be there for them and treat them as you want to be treated, with unconditional love and with respect, and honor that this journey, it is very, very sacred and beautiful. Please know that. Much love to you guys.